Part of maturing as a woman is realizing that we have intuition for a reason. We have intuition to guide us, not to ignore. And I'm not talking about insecurities. I'm not talking about jealousy. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about when you think that you should go left, but something in your chest, something in your heart, something in your stomach, it changed your whole mood. It's like I wanted to go left, but something in my body is telling me to go right. That feeling should never be ignored.
Women always know when you're lying or hiding shit. Please understand this, because men just don't seem to understand this. When we're asking you questions, we already know the answer.
We already know the answer.
Sometimes we just want to see if you're going to tell us and admit it, and maybe we could fix the problem. But when you lie and lie and lie and lie, and I already know, like, I don't want to say 100% of the time, but I want to say a good 80% of the time, when I'm asking a question, at least me, I know the truth.
Of course, 100%.
And if I don't know the truth, by the way you're going to answer it, I already know you're lying.
Facts. Because you're with this person all the time. Like, you know. You know what I mean? And if I'm asking you a question, I don't care what we're talking about. I don't care what the lie is. If you lie to me about something small, off rip, I'm looking at you like you lie about everything. If you lie to me about something small, you lie about everything, period. I don't care. You can't tell me nothing. I don't trust you.
Hey, She Risers. Welcome back. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're talking about something deep and real, and that's women's intuition. You know, that little voice inside of you, that gut feeling you can't ignore. Well, honey, it's for a reason. Women's intuition is powerful, and it's never going to steer you wrong. I've learned from my own experiences that every time I ignored my intuition, I paid for it later. It's like a warning sign or nudge from God telling you to pay attention. And it's there to help you make better choices and avoid unnecessary heartbreak. Before we get into the videos, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's check out some stories from women who trusted their intuition and how it helped and changed their lives.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're not tripping. Whatever you think it is, that's what it is. I know normally in different case scenarios, it might be up in the air, but in this particular situation, exactly what you thought it was is what it is.
Unfortunately, some people aren't courageous enough to tell you that they're not feeling you anymore or that they did cheat on you. Some people are just not built like that. They're not honest. So it's really important to build a relationship with your intuition, because sometimes that's the only way you're going to get a real solid answer. And it's important to trust and have faith in your intuition and what it's telling you, and then also having the courage to follow through with whatever your intuition is telling you that needs to get done.
Something that I wish I would have known earlier that I know now for a fact is that my body is always right. I'm talking relationships, friendships, work, school, whatever the situation is, your body will tell you immediately if you should be there or not. Can't sleep, random anxiety that you've never had before, super irritable, can't get in a good mood to save your life. That pit in your stomach that makes it feel like you're either gonna shit your pants or throw up. All of that shit that I listed is things that your body is reacting to given a new situation, new person, new circumstance, and it's reacting on things that you're not hearing or seeing.
Listen, stop playing with people who have spiritual gifts. Stop playing with people who have a knack for intuition. Stop playing with people who have a knack for knowing, where God has employed some part of them where they see it in their dreams, they smell it, they sense it, they visualize it, they know what they know, they can hear it in your voice, they watch your body language, they ask you questions just to gauge whether it is or not you are being honest. So I'll say, and I'll reiterate again, stop playing with people who have spiritual intuition and connections, who know their body, who knows their mind, who knows what they see, and who sees you. It is best that you are honest and forefront with the people that God has aligned in your life, because they are there to help you along, not hinder you. Just be honest with people who have spiritual gifts. That's it.
If it's one thing that I've learned being on this earth, it's to always trust a woman's intuition. Women were blessed with an extreme sixth sense that's uncanny and out of this world. Keep women in your life and around you. If a woman tells you that the vibe is off, you better believe her.
Listen up, guys. this is for guys, and you all want to pay attention to this. I've figured out a few things about women and some of the things that they know. Women are born natural investigators. They have an intuition, a sixth sense, and they can just dig and find shit that no one in the universe could ever find. When I was in the repo business, the best skip tracers I had were all women. They could just find dirt on anybody, and they were great at it, exceptional. So it got me to thinking, when you're in a relationship, you know, and let's say you're browsing through Facebook or whatever, and you're liking this girl's photo, or you add this girl as a friend, or you're on TikTok and you follow a girl, man, your chick sees that shit immediately. She already fucking knows. Like, something just flips in her head the minute you hit that follow button. It's like she gets a feeling. And let me explain to you how and why. If you've been with this woman long enough, you have dumped so much of your DNA inside of her that she is mentally connected to you now for life. Like, she knows your thoughts before it ever happens. Guys, don't play. These creatures they're crazy. They will absolutely fucking crush you. And they could find shit for days, months, years. So if you're gonna be, just be. Like, don't be following other chicks and liking their shit if you already have a woman at home. Because, man, yeah, like I said, you've dumped so much DNA inside of her. She's mentally connected to you for life. You can't pull shit over on her. Scary how these things operate. I don't know. It's kind of frightening.
A woman's intuition is low-key some bullshit. And it's only bullshit because it's kind of irritating how they be knowing shit with no type of evidence whatsoever. Just strictly off of what they felt, they be saying the right shit. And it only be making me mad because I feel like some shit technically ain't so unless there's some evidence to back it. They don't be coming up with no evidence. They just be pulling up with straight facts as to why shit is what it is. A woman to tell you some shit about yourself, about your homies, about your family, anything, and you'll be like, bro, that ain't even what it is, or you don't even want to believe it because what the fuck is she saying to back it with? And then give it some time. I promise you, all of that shit that they be talking about be real life shit, and I don't know how they be knowing it. So I'm saying that to say a good woman's intuition is a real life superpower, and sometimes you as a man gotta surrender yourself and just trust it. Because, yeah, it might not make sense all of the time, but if you give it some time, I promise you, they be telling us the shit that we need to hear. A woman's intuition is necessary.
Usually it takes a lot for a man to say something to me that makes me think, that's quite profound. But I was speaking to my brother recently about a bad feeling that I had about someone. And he was like, you know what, I really believe in female intuition. Like, every time I speak to the women in my life, female friends, they always say, like, after some bad situation has happened with a certain person, they're always like, I knew it. And that really made me think, because I've never really believed in female intuition, but sometimes there is something in you that's telling you that something's not right. And we need to listen to that.
If you think that he's cheating, he probably is. If you think he's being sketchy, he probably is. If you're wondering and think he doesn't care, he probably doesn't. Bottom line is, if you're feeling like something is off and you just can't like quite put your finger on it, it probably is. Don't discount your intuition. This is your sign not to discount your intuition, because at the end of the day, you're probably onto something. Maybe you can't explain exactly what it is, but you are a damn queen, and queens don't fuck with clowns. Follow me for more reminders like this. I love you guys. Have the best weekend ever.
So let me just reaffirm something for you ladies today. Your spirit usually knows it before you do. And whatever you want to call it, your anxiety, your third eye, your intuition, your gut, the universe, whatever, trust that shit. But hear me when I say your spirit has already peeped that shit well before you have. Do you honestly believe that we're sitting here doing all of this work? We're going to therapy. We're getting closer to God. We're creating a prayer life, reading the Bible, getting all in His Word, healing from our childhood traumas, correcting the worst parts of us that we know we needed to have mirror moments about. And you really think that after doing all of that work and all of that investment, that our spirit would not do us the due diligence of warning us when someone is not good for us? Stop downplaying yourself immediately. You have done enough work on you to be able to tell exactly who is for you. That's called discernment. That is quite literally what discernment is. And I know that not everyone here on this app has the same spiritual beliefs, and I completely respect that 110%. But for my Christian baddies, let me just tell y'all something real quick. When you are deep into your prayer life, your third eye is always open. God is always blessing us with a fresh sense of renewed clarity. And when you keep a close ear to God, you don't have to wait around for people to show you their hand in order for you to see what their true intentions are for you. And that's just that on that.
Women's intuition is extremely powerful. I'm a huge believer in it. And I feel like women know very early this isn't it. But they rationalize reasons to convince themselves to give this man a chance. And this, again, is a waste of time because it just doesn't work. I've seen people turn what should have been maybe a couple weeks of dating into years of being married to someone they were not happy with. All because they did not listen to themselves from the beginning. They knew what it was, but they just could not accept it for what it was.
Women's intuition is powerful and is never going to steer you wrong. Too often we second guess ourselves or even let people's opinion what we already know deep down. But let me tell you, if you don't listen to that inner voice, you're missing out on your greatest gift. Whether it's about love, friendships, work, or just life in general. That intuition is your inner guide, trying to protect you and lead you in the right direction. So trust yourself. When something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Don't second guess what you know is true inside. Your intuition is always on point, even when you don't want to hear it. So in closing, I hope these stories reminded you to always trust your gut feeling. It's your personal superpower. So use it. Remember, you are strong, you are wise, and you know what's best for you. Keep rising, keep trusting yourself. Remember, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.